Welcome back to the Estadio Ciudad de la Asunción on the beautiful Venezuelan island of Margarita. It's the South American Championship for men, and this day one, we've already had one game. Uruguay beat Chile by 40 points, a very impressive performance from one of the most successful nations in this championship over the years, which this championship actually began way back in 1930. 8 teams contesting the gold medal here. We've seen Uruguay and Chile, and the other teams, Ecuador and Argentina, they take part in game 2 today. And then later on it'll be Brazil against Paraguay, and the last game of the evening, Venezuela against Peru.
Damos la bienvenida a la selección de Argentina.
Argentina being introduced to the crowd here. 10,000 seats in this fabulous stadium. It'll be packed, I have no doubt, or at least there'll be a lot more people here when Venezuela hit the court later on. They take on Peru. Argentina are the only team in this tournament who actually qualified for the forthcoming World Cup in Spain in about a month's time. Argentina, of course, always there or thereabouts in terms of World Championships, Olympic Championships, and South American Championships, and FIBA American Championships as well.
Con el número 13, Franco Giorgetti. Con el número 14, Matías Bortolín. Y con el número 15, Salem Zafar. Director técnico, señor Nicolás Casalánguida. Asistente, señor Fernando Rivero. Y a continuación presentamos a la selección de Ecuador. El aplauso para la selección de Ecuador.
Introducing probably the underdogs in this game against a very good Argentinian side. This is Ecuador.
Número 5, Jaime San Miguel. Con el número 6, Juan Pablo Álvarez. Con el número 7, Andrés Cochabamba.
Not known as a basketball top-rated nation in South America. Their best result in this competition was they came 4th way back in 1947, so not done an awful lot since.
Con el número 11, Mauricio Quintero. Con el número 12, Raúl Cárdenas. Con el número 14, Manuel Hurtado. Y con el número 15, Carlos Carcelén. Director técnico, señor Daniel Rodríguez. Asistente, señor Pablo Tomaselli. Los árbitros para este encuentro de Puerto Rico, el señor Jorge Vázquez.
Ecuador,
de Colombia,
Coach Daniel Rodríguez knows he's got his work cut out.
Y de Chile, el señor Miguel Bravo.
And, as ever, formalities begin with the national anthem of both teams.
Señoras y señores, con todo respeto, nos ponemos de pie, nos despojamos de las gorras y vamos a rendir honores a los signos patrios de las respectivas naciones. En primer lugar, el himno nacional de Argentina.
Representing Puerto Rico is Jorge Vázquez. We have a Chilean, and now we have the national anthems.
Y a continuación rendimos honores al himno nacional de Ecuador.
So the formality's over, and as the players exchange greetings, Argentina overwhelming favourites. They've won 13 golds, 11 silvers and 13 bronzes over the years since 1930. And the most recent was the last time this competition was held. It was actually held in Argentina, and they beat Venezuela 79-56 in the gold medal game. 2 years previous to that, they won silver, where they lost to Brazil 77-87 in the final. And they're the starting five for Argentina. Marcus Mata. The news is that Mata is very keen on going to the World Cup and wants to prove that he has the capabilities representing Argentina in that championship in Spain. No Luis Scola in this team, fabulous centre, one of the main scorers over the years for Argentina. No Manu Ginobili either. I understand Ginobili is very eager to make that team in Spain. He's undecided, has been undecided for some time now whether he'll be fully fit for that, but I think he wants to. So players here in Venezuela eager to make the point that they are worthy of being selected for that team in Spain. Rodriguez there, coach to Ecuador. We've just seen Chile being, well, overwhelmed really by Uruguay. Very good Uruguayan team. For the sake of entertainment, and let's hope that Ecuador can do justice to themselves. So as you can clearly see, Ecuador in the brightest shirts we've seen in this tournament so far. There's our referee getting a little impatient, wanting to get things underway. So Argentina in blue and Ecuador in their dazzling yellow uniforms. So Ecuador get first possession. And as you Argentina in a very, very aggressive man-to-man. Travel. I've got to say, over the years, a bit of a trademark of Argentina. They do play aggressive defense. By contrast, the defense from Ecuador is, let's call it, a little passive. Another rebounder in there for Argentina. That will annoy the coach. In our defense, and we'll switch on defense as well. Well, very optimistic pass, and here go Argentina on the break. That's wonderful. Well, I say wonderful, but the layup was missed. Beautiful pass. Well, what a move, and Ecuador get the scoreboard rolling. And that is Carlos Carcelen. Almost a carbon copy of the first game where Chile took the lead unexpectedly against Uruguay. Pass inside. Oh, that shot was blocked on the glass. Terrific defense there from Ecuador. On the fadeaway shot, and a rebound for Ecuador. Oh, is that a foul? Oh, no, the ball came off an Ecuadorian. No foul called. There's that lovely pass. Now look at this block before the ball touched the rim. Quite legal. Great timing. Oh, lovely bullet-like pass inside as well. And Argentina having problems inside. This pass into the low post. And Ecuador regroup in the half court. Shot clock 5. And the rebound for Ecuador. Slices through the defense and passes off, and it should have been 4-0. It is 4-0. Great rebounding from Ecuador, and it's Carlos Delgado. He's got an and one. There's the rebound, and there's the foul now. Any one of 3 for the foul. I think it was Argentina's number 12, Marcus Delia. 5-0 Ecuador. Early days, of course. But, stunned silence from the crowd. Nice bounce pass inside. And still Argentina can't trouble the scorer. Good trap, lovely pass. Travel. That's such a shame because that was a beautiful pass inside. But just one step too many. And Ecuador's Mauricio Quintero guilty of traveling. Look at that, there's the travel. Coach Casilingua will not panic yet, but he can't be at all happy with such a slow start for Argentina. But they do have the ball end line. Very young Argentinian side, by the way. Put the ball in there. And Ecuador equal defensively to Argentina. Oh, strong boards. And the number 4 for Argentina playing in that famous shirt. Normally you see Luis Scola in that number 4, but on this occasion it's Nick Romano. There it is, and the foul was before he released the ball, but it's a shooting foul. At last, Argentina trouble the scorer. Romano. 3.5 minutes almost, and no field goals for Argentina, but they're on the scoreboard with 2 foul shots. A little bit of indecision on the inbounds pass there from Ecuador. Good defense there from Nick Tola. And violation, turnover by Ecuador. Coach Rodriguez, dry mouth there. Great experience for him. Oh, maybe a steal again. Single figures, lovely bounce pass. If you rebound an air ball, shot is blocked, and Ecuador giving Argentina all kinds of problems. 4 minutes, no field goal from Argentina. If that goes in, well, it just missed. No rebounder there though. And the foul is drawn superbly. Well, it could have been 7-2, but it may be 5-4 now. Coach Rodriguez just saying words to the effect of, why didn't you tip that one in? Well, number 15 for Argentina steps back off the foul line, Salem Safar, and saying in coaching terms is stay in your footprints. Oh, he misses both foul shots. Argentina 4 minutes and 20 seconds without a field goal. And that period may stretch. Well, a shot under pressure there, not what Ecuador need. A wrestling job in that paint. That's way outside. And another good rebound for Ecuador. Way through this first period, no field goal for Argentina as yet. Oh, that looked like a very spectacular attempt at an alley-oop. Oh, here we go, Argentina on the break. Surely this is their first field goal. No, it's not, but it is a foul. It's another shooting foul. A smile breaks out on the face of Nick Leprovitola, but should have scored then. Yeah, waited for the foul, looking for the and one. Getting only the first part of that, the foul. Leprovitola on the foul line. Plays for the Flamengo club in Brazil. 3 misses from the last 3 attempts from the foul line for Argentina. This is not the Argentina we know. Well, he hits the second. So every point for Argentina so far from the foul line. That's a travel surely. No, nothing called. I've got to say, Ecuador probably got away with something there. Again, I always say, the referee a lot closer than I am. Now that is, let's call that a forced shot from Ecuador. They're doing everything right at one end, but they've stopped functioning on offense, Ecuador. Oh, that's nice. Oh, another miss. What's the old saying about cling film? Will Ecuador live to regret missed shots? Good defense from Argentina. Don't think we need to say that, because it's guaranteed. There's a lovely little 2 points for Ecuador, and they had to work very hard for it. And they're leading 7-3. As coach Pensalinga looks down the bench, the Argentinian bench, trying to get something to work. Is that an air ball? Almost. Ecuador somehow conjure up another turnover. Timeout Argentina! And boy, do they need to talk things over. No field goals in a long, long time. 5 minutes, 40 seconds, in fact. Well, who'd be a fly on the wall if this team talk were being done in the locker room? And then again, coach very calm. Coach Casalingua. Well, Argentina are doing a lot of good things, but they're not scoring off them. Some lovely passing, some excellent fast breaks, drawing fouls well. They're just not putting the ball in the hole. So the first time out of the game called by Argentina is over, and let's see what kind of response the team in blue have. The reigning champions, of course, struggling at the moment. Three-pointer goes up and out. 7 minutes without a field goal for Argentina. Almost another turnover by Ecuador. And this time it is a turnover. Surely this time. Yes, well, that's a high percentage shot and a half. At last, over 7 minutes it took Argentina to score a field goal. But that's got them back in the game. It's 5-7. And you've got to say, Ecuador let them off the hook a little bit there. A chance I'll look down at my stats to see how many turnovers. Well, there's another one by Ecuador. They're hurting themselves at the moment. Team in yellow. The three-pointer goes up and in and out, and the rebound for Argentina. And regroup in the half court. And there's a foul. Nick Laprovitola is fouled. And the foul committed by Raul Cardenas. Will Ecuador regret all the turnovers they've committed in these early stages of this second game on the first day of the tournament? Four points from the line and one dunk. That's what Argentina have got so far. And it's tied up at sevens. Substitution Argentina. 8 coming in. There's one Figueroa. My apologies, plays at the Franca club in Brazil. And immediately, he's just subbed in by some full court pressure. Oh, the trap comes. There's the escape from the trap. Nice pass, and the dunk. Well, whatever Argentina can do, so too can Ecuador. Mauricio Quintero throws it down left-handed. Nice pass. It's tight again. Argentina found their shooting boots. 1.5 to go in the first period. One or two of these Ecuadorian players look as though they're marginally out of control. Playing with great intensity, that's way outside the arc. And here go Argentina on the break, looking for their first lead of the game. Over the top. And there's a foul on the play. Martin Lever has injected a little bit of power in the paint for Argentina. Here he is on the foul line. Try and get his scoring going. Oh, that's a very flat shot. I think he realizes that. He slipped out of his hands. Veteran center. As for the famous Penarol club, Argentina, and this is both foul shots. Is it just a case of shaking off a few cobwebs, the Argentinian side? Oh, good trap, great hustle both ends. Excellent hustle from Ecuador. They might nearly give it away again. That's miles out. Oh, I was about to say, well, how did the buzzer go there? Oh, lovely pass. Argentina still can't get the lead. They're doing so many things well, except scoring. Some beautiful passing, some great rebounding, some excellent running the floor. Look at that, 13% from the field for Argentina. That is staggering. And then another turnover by Ecuador. My goodness me. Oh, nobody's hit a three-pointer yet, have they? Well, timeout Ecuador. The only thing, really, that Coach Daniel Rodriguez has to say to his team is stop giving the ball away. Ecuador 9, Argentina 9, and as avid basketball fans will know, it's a game in which statistics play a very important part of the game. And just listen to this statistic. It's 9 each, and yet Ecuador have turned the ball over 7 times compared to 1 turnover by Argentina. Without those turnovers, Ecuador could be 10, 15 points ahead by now. That is really inexperienced at this level. And there's another foul. Another statistic to tell you. It's the foul department. Ecuador have committed 7 fouls. Argentina 1. Most fouls are called against the defense. If you give the ball away, you stand a much better chance of fouling than if you keep the ball. You rarely see a team committing more offensive fouls than defensive fouls. So a very simplistic way of looking at basketball is, if you give the ball away, you can't score. The problem is your opponents can. Nicholas Riccoti there, missing the first foul shot, but not the second, and at last, Argentina have the lead. And boy, have they had to work hard for this lead. And there's a foul. That's a very clumsy foul. Right in front of two referees. Bit of a wrestling job there. The second foul by Argentina, the first on Riccoti. Less than a second to go. Perhaps that's why the foul was committed. There's the long shot, which misses by, well, a long way, let's say. So Argentina lead by 1 at the end of the first period. No scoring period. And it was definitely not
a las bellísimas animadoras deportivas de Venezuela, Claudelis, Iris, Eunice, Oriana y Ademar, con coreografía de Tair Diseño, la generala, producción de Susi Andrade y Katy Andrade. Ahí está, fuerte los aplausos del público. Y aquí
on statistics and turnovers and whatevers, but another interesting statistic which really does surprise me is that points off turnovers, Ecuador 0, okay, fair enough, but Argentina have only scored 2 points off all those turnovers. Ecuador 7 turnovers, and only 2 points off those turnovers scored by Argentina. In defence of Argentina, though, it may be a situation where the coach is looking at young players and setting them tasks, and perhaps they don't really know the system too well yet. I don't believe that's the case, but that's what it looks like to me at the moment. Ecuador winning the rebounds, 14-8. A reminder of where we are in the world. It's Margarita. This is a beautiful holiday spot. Well, a lot of people like the Caribbean for their holidays. I'm one of those people, but I tell you, I've never been here before, and if I had a chance in the future, then, well, it's a good possibility, because the beaches here are fabulous. Climate's lovely, nice people, and if you're looking for a rare and unusual holiday spot, then look at Margarita. Just sounds nice, doesn't it? Sounds like a cocktail. Perhaps it is. Argentina, beginning of the second period, with possession. Needing to get their act together. Do move the ball well, that's lovely. Wow. Oh, the speed of the ball there was absolutely scintillating. And they get another field goal. Pablo Espinosa inside. Well, has the horse bolted for Ecuador? Have they lost the opportunity to spring a surprise here? Defense, yeah, again a turnover, and here go Argentina on the break. Riccoti coast to coast, that was blocked on the way up, that's fine. Well, Riccoti just glaring at the official there, but he was a little bit casual on the layup, did all the hard work, got to the hoop, and then exposed the ball. Here we go. That's the second time we've seen that block, that type of block rather. Quintero there, the flying Ecuadorian. Great beard as well, hasn't he? Oh, that's nice. Great passing again. Argentina are doing it by moving the ball. Pablo Espinosa again inside. Well, Ecuador haven't scored for a long, long time. Espinosa on the foul line for an and one. The three-point play is completed. Ecuador make a substitution. Coming out, Sir Carlos Carcelen. And the pressure now being exerted by Argentina. That came off an Argentinian hand with 6 on the shot clock. Now this is more like it from Argentina. Indecision on the out of bounds play. Another turnover. Espinosa, the left-handed lad, protecting the ball with the equipment. So 8 without reply for Argentina at the beginning of this second period. Excuse me for laughing, but that is cheeky to say the very least. Oh, Ecuador's number 15 there, Carlos Carcelen. Obviously been watching the NBA. Tucked the ball under his arm and asked for a timeout. And the referee granted it as well. He wanted his shoelaces done up. Magic moment here. And there's the shot clock buzzer. Yes, another turnover by Ecuador. They'll soon be in double figures in turnovers. In fact, they are now in double figures. 10 turnovers by Ecuador. So 2 minutes gone in the second period, and Ecuador yet to score in this period. Fabulous beard, that, isn't it? Timeout, Ecuador. They need to talk things over. Well, my apologies if I'm appearing or sounding a little bit as though I'm trivializing Ecuador, because trying not to, but I tell you what, they are very, very athletic, and all they need is a bit more experience at international level, and there is some talent there, but they've just got to appreciate the value of possession. They do a lot of things very well. They don't play defense very well. No communication there. 10 without reply for Argentina. And the foul, Ricotti. No, my mistake. It's Juan Figueroa. Kachalunga here now. Don't seem at all organised on an out-of-bounds play, Ecuador. That was the steal there. And the sideline pass. And again, a screen was set and not used. 2 on the shot clock. And the rebound, it came off the rim. Well rebounded Mauricio Quintero. Oh, the steal again though. Nice pass, easy 2. It's all gone very flat for Ecuador, and too many easy scores for Argentina. At last, a 2-pointer in the second period for Ecuador. And it was Carlos Delgado. So the drought has stopped for Ecuador. And that's a 2-pointer, I think. Well, Quintero the rebound. It's not time for showboating, putting the ball behind your back. again, let's give Ecuador a little bit of credit. They look as though they're enjoying themselves. Drop bounce pass would have been preferable there. Three-pointer for Argentina, running away with it now. That's 15-2 the score in this second period. Distant memory now. Argentina struggling to get a field goal. Montero certainly does get off the floor. Espinosa inside, and a rare turnover by Argentina, and the foul on the halfway line by Juan Figueroa. It's just the second game of the first day of this tournament. Following this, Brazil against Paraguay. Brazil, the most successful nation in this competition over the years. Oh, that is just a sloppy turnover. And good follow-up for the rebound. And I think one of the Ecuadorian players got a finger in the eye. He has indeed. It's Carlos Delgado. That stings. There's a replay. Using the ironwork to protect the shot as well. Oh, it was an elbow in the throat or the face. Completely accidental, but still painful. Yeah, it's Brazil against Paraguay next. Brazil, the most successful nation in this country, in this competition rather, ever since it started in 1930. And then finally, the last game of the day, the fourth game of the day, Venezuela against Peru. The place should be heaving then. Three-point play is completed. Matthias Ortolin converting, and the foul by Argentina. That's very sporting of Argentina. A little clip on the head, I think. Yeah, that's quite painful, but Argentinian players came across to apologise immediately, and immediately acknowledged there by Nick Ricotti. Cardenas on the foul line for Ecuador. One from two to make it a 12-27 scoreline. 9 on court for Argentina. It's Nick Brusino. There he is. Oh, Ecuador had the ball and then lost it. And we have it again. Now, one of the Argentinian players is clutching his knee. Or has he indeed beat? Yeah, it's his knee, I think, the problem. It's Martin Lever. Let's see what happened. Oh, well, he was just winded. It wasn't his knee at all. It's his rib cage. And all the wind knocked out of him. And for his pains, he takes a walk to the bench. And he has been replaced by Franco Giuseppini. Well, the buzzer goes, but there's no way that's a shot clock violation, surely. Now, there's a problem with the table. That's why the clock has been stopped and the hooter sounded. Nice pass inside. It's more like the Argentina we know and love over the years. Halfway through this second period, Argentina in complete control now. The difference 10 minutes makes. Another turnover, well read. And the easy layup. Layup after layup after layup now for Argentina. The horse has definitely bolted as far as Ecuador are concerned. They had their opportunity. They could well have been 15 or even 20 points ahead. halfway through that first period. You can't score if you ain't got the ball. Oh, I was about to say nice tip in. Oh, lovely dunk from Quintero. There's some attitude there. Why didn't he do that after about 4 minutes of that first period? The opportunity was there. It's way outside the arc. Good boxing out from Ecuador. They do a lot of things very well, but well, I was about to say that another turnover, but Argentina reached in. And the foul, Argentina's Nick Brusino. Well played, Mauricio Quintero coming out for a well-earned break. Great athlete, number 11 for Ecuador. Quintero 4 points and 5 rebounds so far. And a couple of block shots as well. Oh, lovely passing. With a finger roll. Argentina missed the hook shot, but that was lovely passing to watch. Good battle in the paint there. And the three-pointer for Ecuador, rather. Still 14 points behind, 3.5 to go in the first half. There is so much space in that area under the hoop, and Argentina putting a player into it all the time, and invariably guard or off guard sees him. And a great Dinard defense there, stopping the ball going into that low post. Well, if Argentina came into this game a little ring rusty, then they've shaken that off, got rid of the cobwebs, and now playing like the Argentina we know. And a blocking foul against Argentina's Marcos Delia. Ecuador again on the foul line. It must be so frustrating for a coach to see his team give the ball away so many times. Okay, you can give credit to the defense of Argentina, but a lot of the turnovers have been self-inflicted. 15 for Ecuador. It's Carlos Carcelen. This is the first, but not the second. Oh, beautiful pass again. And the dribbler is allowed to dribble in and out of the paint. And the three-pointer makes the score 36-18. Good defense on the halfway line, keeping his hands out of the way. Nice pass. And Ecuador retain possession. Actually, they regain it. A good fumble there. And turnover again. Bounce pass inside, easy two again. And that all came, the two aspects of that. First of all, the man in the paint sealed his man on his back, and the bullet-like low bounce pass found that man in the paint. 100 seconds remaining, first half. Baseline opens up, and then the help defense arrives. And there's a foul on the halfway line. 15 for Ecuador. Carcelen. Well, he tried to avoid contact, but just wasn't quite quick enough. Eric Cabina in for Argentina for the first time, number 4, and there's an open shot. Well, both teams began very aggressively on defense. Argentina have maintained that aggression, and it all seems to have seeped away to Ecuador. The defense can only be described as a little passive now. And there's an offensive foul. Let's see, yeah, a little bump. Ecuador's 14, Manuel Hurtado. Looking down to the last minute of the first half. And another foul, and an and one possibility. Strong move from Marcus Delia. And foul. Puts him on the line. Delia. The three-point play is completed. 1 minute remaining. So Ecuador scored 9 points in the first period. That's all they scored in the second period as well. Argentina, on the other hand, 9 points in the first period and 35 in the second period. Foul, Marcus Delia. That's the Obras Sanitarius club, the famous club in Argentina. Always there or thereabouts in club competition, Obras Sanitarius. International club competition, that is, in this part of the world. Mina on the foul line. 1 from 2. Oh, that's well kept alive. Couldn't quite get the rebound cleanly, but managed to tap it, albeit backhandedly, to a teammate. 40 seconds remaining, first half. Argentina find that man in the low post so often in the past. Very difficult to read, even more difficult to intercept it. Wow, instantaneous offense. And Engels Tenorio, thanks the good Lord for giving him that opportunity to score. Well, that's a very optimistic pass. And the buzzer will go as soon as the ball is inbounded here. No, it won't. There are 4 seconds remaining. Has the Ecuadorian player seen it? Well, he may have done, but he shot an air ball anyway. So 47 plays 22. Good recovery from Argentina. It was 9 each after 1 period of play, but a 38-point score in the second period compared to a mere 13 by Ecuador has put Argentina well and truly in control, leading by 25 points at half-time. Look at that second period score, 37-13. Just to correct myself, Argentina actually led at the end of the first period, 10-9. Well, dramatic turnaround here from a close game. We now have a huge margin at half-time. Margin 25. Argentina in complete control, leading 47-22 at half-time. Just to run down on these statistics, Argentina shooting 47% from two-point range now. Ecuador 35%, that's respectable. Ecuador actually winning the battle on the boards, 21-12 in rebounds. That surprises me. Assists though, 10 assists for Argentina, 2 for Ecuador. 12 steals for Argentina, another 2 for Ecuador. Turnovers, listen to this, 3 turnovers by Argentina, 18 turnovers by Ecuador. There's the game. Points off turnovers now. Not so long ago, it was 0 points off turnovers for Ecuador and 2 points off turnovers for Argentina. Now it is 0 points off turnovers for Ecuador and 26 points off turnovers for Argentina. Well, it's turnovers and points off turnovers that the is the crucial statistic at the moment. 47 plays 22 at half-time. Argentina in control.
Y donde estamos aplausos para nuestras hermosísimas animadoras deportivas de Venezuela. En esta 46ª edición del Sudamericano de baloncesto 2014 desde la isla de Margarita. Que se oiga bien fuerte los aplausos. ¿Y dónde está la gente de Margarita? ¡La gente de Margarita! ¡Huya, huya, huya! Es la 46ª edición. ¿Dónde está la gente de Margarita? ¿Dónde está la gente de Margarita? ¡Bulla! Y a las 7:30 de la noche, en este mismo escenario, la gran inauguración oficial de la 46ª edición del Sudamericano de baloncesto 2014. Perú contra Venezuela. Arriba Venezuela. Sin Venezuela. Recordamos a nuestro respetado público presente el cuidado de nuestras instalaciones, el mantenimiento, colaborar con el mantenimiento de nuestras todo su equipo de trabajo, a los muchachos del sonido. Excelente trabajo.
empezar a defender. Si no haces eso, el equipo no va a funcionar. Si no haces eso, no va a funcionar. Y en la ofensiva, si no te dieron el balón corriendo, volvete paso para atrás para que el tipo tenga que pasar la bola. Para que el tipo tenga que pasar la bola. Vamos a levantar la cara. Vamos, ¿qué pasó? 1, 2, 3. ¡Gol!
Welcome back to the Estadio Ciudad de la Asunción in Margarita in Venezuela. Venezuela, that is. Well, if coach Daniel Rodriguez did one thing in the locker room at halftime, he will have said, don't give the ball away to Ecuador. They gave it away an amazing 18 times compared to 3 by Argentina. At one stage, Ecuador were in the lead, and they had restricted Argentina to no field goals for an age in that first period. And then the sluice gates opened, and Ecuador kept giving the ball away, and Argentina kept scoring. And there's another example of just what I was talking about. Of course, Ecuador don't mean to give the ball away. They've got to find a way to stop doing that. Especially as when they give the ball away, Argentina score. A big 3-pointer there. And that's 50 points. And there's another turnover, just not protecting the ball on the dribble. There's no point in the Ecuadorian player staring at the official. The official didn't give the ball away. Nice pass inside. And, well, it would have been a nice finger roll had he even hit the target. Another 3-point attempt and another success. Like shooting fish in a barrel now for Argentina. Oh, it's an offensive foul, surely, yeah. Dipping his shoulder and removing the defender. Well, actually, it was called on the defense. No, it wasn't. No foul called. That surprises me, but the referee perhaps thought no call is the best option there. Nice fake, and the attempted give and go, but the intended pass receiver didn't even expect the ball. 3 threes in quick succession at the beginning of this second half. Salim Safar buries the 3. 9 points at the beginning of the second half, all from behind the arc. And look how far away from the hoop Ecuador are having to set their offense, and there's a shot clock buzzer. Ball hitting nothing ring-wise. So there's another turnover. Manuel Hurtado coming in for Ecuador. There he is, replacing Andres Chipambi. Lovely finger roll, fake pass. Into those strong fingers. 11 without reply for Argentina at the beginning of this second half. It was a similar situation at the beginning of the second period. Good hands, but couldn't quite chase down for an interception. Good hands from Nick Probutola. no rebounders there. That is extremely poor shot selection. Another three-pointer, and there's an Argentinian player in a prone position almost on the floor, but 12 points without reply, all of them from behind the arc for Argentina. We saw the player in the paint, unable to receive a pass, so thought, okay, I'll shoot the ball instead. Referee just having a word with Nick Provitola there. I don't know what that's all about. The referee was pointing at something and asking Nick Provitola not to do something. What that something is, I have no idea. Interesting to see if there's any developments in that particular situation. Good individual defense from Argentina, and again Ecuador having to bring the ball a long way from the hoop. Oh, nice turnaround shots. At last, Ecuador get on the scoreboard in the second half. Hurtado with a lovely turnaround hook shot. Well, Argentina a little bit hungrier than their opponents. No three-pointer this time. And a big rebound for Carlos Carcelen. That fake is not at all convincing. And foul. Argentina's in Selim Safar. Five coming in for Ecuador. Jaime San Miguel. And coming out, Juan Alvarez. Defensive pressure from Argentina is relentless, forcing bad shots like that. I was talking to one or two people at half-time, and it's fairly obvious to me that for all the athleticism of Ecuador, it's inexperience that glares out at you. If only they could get more experience at a high national team level, I'm sure they would improve dramatically, because the athleticism is there for all to see. And the players got good fundamental skills as individuals, but teamwork is, well, non-existent. No, I'll rephrase that. It isn't very apparent. And well, Hurtado there. And a strong move to the hoop. We have an un-1. And a timeout for Ecuador. Well, it seems like an age ago they had the upper hand in this game. The score at one stage was 7-3 to them, and they were forcing, I'll rephrase that, they were benefiting from a lot of unforced errors by Argentina. 3-point play is completed, and Argentina lead by 40. Pablo Espinosa back on for Argentina. And here go Argentina on the break. That's good defense from Ecuador. There's always an Argentinian there, hungry for the ball. And Argentina force Ecuador into a low percentage shot. Beautiful pass and dunk. That's how to play the fast break. 12 for Argentina with the huge dunk, Marcus Delia. Again, Ecuador being forced to play nearer the halfway line than the hoop. Out of bounds. Well, many a coach would be standing on the halfway line there, on the sideline right there, pulling his hair out. For obvious reason, it doesn't apply to Daniel Rodriguez. He must be very disappointed. No lack of effort from Ecuador, but it's unproductive effort. And there's a holding foul against Ecuador's number 5, Jaime San Miguel. A lot of holding in that paint. All credit to Argentina, they're not complaining. Espinosa, he's been mugged in there. Good rebound, but it's thrown out of bounds. Now Espinosa's got to be very careful in there, because the players marking him is, let's say, doing so in a very intimidating manner. Keep an eye on that one, whoever's marking Espinosa. Argentina's number 10, this time down the floor. Oh, that hurt, landed right on his bottom. Three-pointer is good, 69 plays 24. Nick Romano, fast break play to perfection. Turnover, another turnover. I consult my stats and see how many turnovers that is. Timeout, and I'll tell you that that's the 20. No, it's not a timeout, it's a substitution. That's the 23rd turnover by Ecuador. This time the foul is not committed by holding Espinosa, it's by holding Franco Giorgetti. Espinosa tries to cut through the hoop and has to fight his way about 4 bodies. That's a strong move to the hoop. Matias Bortolin. Less than 3 minutes to go, third period. And Ecuador scored 2 points in over 7 minutes. And it stays at 2 points. Such a simple basket, but it all came from an excellent pass inside. Leiva off the glass. Such a difficult pass there, made more difficult by the defense. Again, confusion in Ecuador. Two people went for the same pass. Oh, it's a trap, but he's not going to call it now because the shot clock buzzer has beaten Ecuador. Well, the irony of that is they hit a big three, but 2 seconds after the shot clock buzzer. Shot from Engels. Tenorio will not count. And it is big 0, almost the top of your screen there as the ball was released. 49-point margin. Nice pass. Lovely floating shot. It missed, but Argentina get the loose ball. Well, that was a tough pass then, and that was well defended. Perhaps Ecuador have been made aware of that play by Argentina. They've played it so many times successfully. Good hustle from Argentina as well. Espinosa not letting the physical nature of the defense that's been played against him upset him. Good attitude, these Argentinians. And still Ricotti, and protects the ball and lays it up. Now it is a 51-point margin. Another steal. And another easy 2 points. And this time, Juan Figueroa. No score since early in this third period. In fact, they've only scored 2 points in the entire third period. Good hands. Sideline Ecuador. Stating the obvious, it's the biggest lead of the game, 53 points. Just think, after one period, it was 1 point. Espinosa is going to throw this one down. Yep, no problem. And the biggest lead of the game has just become even bigger. To think, he had to call the first time out because his team were playing so poorly. Well, no, they were. Yeah, I suppose they were playing poorly, but they were shooting appallingly. Foul on the halfway line. The ratio of turnovers to points there is astounding. Okay, it's a mismatch. We've all seen that since the end of the first period. But that statistic is, well, if I were an Ecuadorian, I'd be somewhat alarmed by that. 10 seconds remaining, third period. 53 points the margin. It stays at 53, good hustle. Only took 0.3 of a second off the clock. Argentina not going to give anything up, that's a carry. Or is it? An 18-0 run of scoring for Argentina. Oh, the tip in on the buzzer. Now, whose hand did that come off? Well, the man on your screen there says it was him, Mauricio Quintero. Only 4 points in that period for Ecuador. Margin 53, 26. Overwhelming performance from Argentina in just 2 periods of play. They will probably want to forget that first period when they trailed by, for much of that first period. They ended that first period leading 10-9. Since then, it's been all Argentina. And evidence of that, 32-4 in that third period. So Argentina have won all 3 periods so far. The first very narrowly, the second and third convincingly. For Argentina, well, there are 2 leading scorers, number 6 and number 8. It's Juan Alvarez and Carlos Delgado. both on 5 points. Leading scorers for Argentina. 2 players in double figures. Number 6 is Marcus Mata on 15 points, and on 11 points it's that man Espinosa, Pablo Espinosa, number 10. Any sign of a double-double? No, there's not, because Argentina are rebounding and sharing the rebounds around. I think the most any player has grabbed is 3 rebounds. Three players, in fact, have grabbed 3 rebounds. But the assist column, just about everybody is getting involved there. And only 2 players have dished an assist for Ecuador. So somewhat weary, perhaps shell-shocked Ecuador. More on defense at the beginning of this 4th period. Scoring 100 points in a blowout is meaningless, but I've no doubt Argentina would like that anyway. Espinosa misses the dunk, gets his own rebound, and Ecuador somehow come up with possession. And there's a foul by Ricotti. Fair attempt to stop the fast break there by planting his feet, but he just got there too late. There was no suggestion of a reach. Well, there was a suggestion of a flying dunk there from Espinosa, but he flattered the rim and it bounced well out. Three-pointer from, well, very close to the sideline there. And the margin now back to 50. Ricotti. Not the foul. Martin Lever. I hope Mina hasn't hurt his wrist. Must have been a little bit of pain there. Well, an Ecuadorian player emerged from the pack there, and there was a reaching foul. I think it's Ricotti again. No, it's not. It's 14. It's Matias Bortolin. Ricotti deserted the scene of the crime very quickly there. Oh, great reverse layup there. And number 11 is Mauricio Quintero. Another 3-pointer for Argentina. Again, let me check how many threes that is from them. And we're racking up the stats. 3-point shooting for Argentina, 45%. They've hit 9 from 20. Compared to 3 from 13 for Ecuador. And there's an offensive foul against Ecuador. And it's that man Quintero. Can't hide with that beard. Good switch by Ecuador. Oh, that was a bit over the head pass then. Well, it's knocked out of bounds by Ecuador. Oh, nice cut. And Espinosa can't quite rescue the loose ball. 12 for Ecuador is Raul Cardenas coming off the screen, looking for the 3. And missing by a long way. Espinosa got the rebound and then let it go. Espinosa saw that about 3 weeks ago and threw it down. Great anticipation from the big man. Espinosa, 27 years of age. Well, 2 meters, looks bigger than that, plays bigger than that. Plays for the Americas-140724-Stream-Men-Ecuador team in Argentina. All of these Argentinian players, bar 2, I think they bar 3. I'll rephrase that, bar 4 play in Argentina. 3 of them play in Brazil. And Nick Ricotti, the guard, is in Gran Canaria. Lovely part of the world, and there'll be a lovely competition there. Group D of the World Cup in Gran Canaria in about a month's time. Hope to see you there. Or one of the other 3 teams in Spain that's hosting the World Cup. That'll be a fabulous tournament. And Argentina will be there. I don't know how many of these players will be there. Some of them would be good additions to that Argentinian national team. Well, Ricotti had the ball then, but Quinteros rescued it. Quintero, rather. The figures there, the statistics, 2-point range, 21% from 3-point range for Ecuador. And look at that. 62% from 2-point range and 45% from 3-point range for Argentina. That's very, very efficient indeed. The Argentinian bench, 42 points. Now, first of all, the Statsman is making an assumption there that coach Nick Casalingo there started with his preferred starting 5. If he did, on the bench had something to prove, and they certainly proved it. Points in the paint there, that also a massive statistic in favour of Argentina, as is indicated by the score. 84 plays, 86 now plays 31. And casual. Armina sets a mean pick. And what's that? Deflected? No, it is Ecuador possession. Wholesale substitutions now. Espinosa blocks the shot from behind. And then dunks at the other end. And the shot clock buzzer. No? Yes, it is. Inexperience there from Ecuador, as has been evident for most of the game. They were not aware how close that shot clock buzzer was to going off. And no signal from the bench either. Well, that's just lack of awareness. Trying to get the ball in the paint, failing to realise that one of the Argentinian players was getting back on defence quite slowly. He almost gave it to the Argentinian. Mina from way outside the arc, off the glass, no good. And it's Argentina possession. Halfway through this 4th and final period. Coming in for Ecuador is Engels Tenorio. Ricotti, no problem advancing the ball. Wasn't forced to change direction or anything. Nice pass. Lovely pass from Ricotti into Martin Leiva. Example there, how to get the ball inside to a cutting player. Bounce pass. Give the opposition any possibility of a deflection. Three-pointer is good for Manuel Hurtado. And there are a clumsy foul. by Jaime Sanmugal. This has been a very professional performance from Argentina. They were not perturbed by something of a lackluster start. They couldn't seem to buy a field goal. It took them an age to get a field goal. Since then, well, it's as though all the gas has been let out of Ecuador's bag. And they very nearly give the ball away then as well. In fact, they do give it away. Great hustle. And that's a backcourt pass. Unfortunate there because Martin Lever had a good hustle and a terrific steal, prepared to drop onto the floor, hurt his knees perhaps, and then he gave the ball away. And Ecuador very nearly give it away. Nice pass, big two from Mina. First game ended with Uruguay beating Chile 92-52. We're going to have a similar situation here, especially if Argentina continue to rain the threes in. Ricotti, unopposed shot. Well, it's going to be a bigger margin than the 40 that Uruguay beat Chile by. Well, off the glass. And it's an and one. I'm not sure that the shooter meant to bank the shot there. Let's have a look, see what he does. He's throwing it at the hoop, but well, they all count. The shot was soft enough, and there was enough spin on the ball to take it down and in. A three-point play possibility for Ecuador. Well, there were two Argentinian players in the paint there waiting for the rebound, but I suspect the referee thought, well, there's no Ecuadorian anywhere near it, so just let play continue. Why not? And the foul. And 13 for Argentina. Franco Giorgetti will go to the foul line. Another player who plays for the Penarol club, one of the most famous clubs in Argentina. Flamenco, Lanús, Obras Sanitarias, Regatas Corrientes, Penarol, Franca, clubs represented here by the Argentinian players. The only non-South American club, Gran Canaria, and it's Nick Ricotti who plays in Spain. Fabulous competition in Spain, the ACB League. People regard it as the best league outside the NBA. Sadly, there will only be 17 teams in that league this year. Bilbao, financial problems have caught up with them, so they've been chucked out the first division. Still, that will be a fabulous competition. And Ricotti will be playing in that competition for Gran Canaria. He is on the no, that's not him. That's Juan Frigerio. Lovely, easy 2 points for Oliva. Argentina honing in on the 3 periods. Remember, only 10 of their 95 were scored in the first period, so in the first part of 3 periods, they scored 85 points. And the foul. Annoyed with himself, Lever. He took the fake. Delia coming back in, Marcus Dealer, number 12. And he's replaced Matthias Ortolin. Yeah, referee just said to Lever, don't walk in before the shot is taken, not even on the first one. And this time they step in legally. Some belated pressure from Ecuador. Good rebound, good hustle. It's 5-on-4 at the moment because an Ecuadorian player is at the wrong end. And that's a foul. Lovely spin move. And the foul is Ecuador's number 9, Edgar Bernal. There's the foul, little hip movement. Castilla hits the first. And not the second. And the rebound, or the loose ball rather, grabbed by Jaime Samugal. Ecuador still being made to work extra hard even to get a pass or a shot away. Well, nice little loopy layup there. Minute and a half to go. Barcelona, I think that makes him Uruguay's leading scorer. It does indeed. Well, on the official stats, he's down as 6 points, but I make that his 9th point. It's number 15, Carlos Carcelen. Quiet satisfaction on the faces of the Argentinian players. And Espinosa almost broke out into a smile there. There's one Figueroa. I'll say that again. Hits the first. And the second. Lovely technique on the foul line, as one would expect from the gold medalist from 2 years ago in this competition. Well, you clearly heard it. Martin Lieber said no. The referee thought otherwise. Yeah, there's the foul. Just a reach in, really. As Carlos Carcelen becomes the outright leading scorer for Ecuador. I think that's his 10th point, maybe his 11th even. Just to prove me wrong, Carcelen on 9 points. Ecuador get a rebound. Ticking down to the last minute of the game. And the rebound drops into the hands of Marcus Delia. And the foul. As San Miguel says, well, he fell over, ref. He fell over because you fouled him. Carcelen comes out and replaced by Mina. Number 13 for Ecuador, I think a late replacement in the tournament. No stats available on him. No position given either. Obviously, let's call him a power forward, number 13 for Ecuador. It's Juan Figueroa hits both foul shots for the 100 points. The defense still, even in the dying seconds of this game from Argentina, not giving up anything easy. Well, rather a clumsy move to the hoop, and sadly for Argentina, or at least their defender, he was forced to foul, really. Franco Giorgetti. Such was the clumsiness of the penetration that forced the defender to commit a clumsy foul. First is good for Angels Tenorio. And so too the second. But it's a 56-point margin. A bit late for some full court pressure now from Ecuador. And Argentina easily escaped the trap. Well, Argentina are almost toying with Ecuador now. And will Ecuador have the last shot? If they do, it's going to be a long one. Three-pointer goes up and clips the rim. So 100 plays 44. Convincing second, third and fourth periods from Argentina. They led by one after one period, but from that moment on, it was one-way traffic. 100 to 44, Argentina convincing winners over Ecuador. Gallant Ecuador, very athletic, but lacking in experience at a higher level. There the period scores, every single period won by Argentina. The first and the fourth were close, but look at those 2 and 3 periods. And the rebounds, well, it was closer than it might have been. In fact, Ecuador won the rebounds. That's astonishing. When you lose by 56 points but win the rebound stat, well, that confounds logic. Three-pointers, very, very efficient from Argentina. 44% compared to 20% by Ecuador. 62% in two-point range for Argentina compared to 44%. But look at that, assist, 19 for Argentina, 4 for Ecuador. That is evidence in the fact that Argentina are a very, very good team. They play with a lack of selfishness and get their rewards. Turnovers, 12 by Argentina, 31 by Ecuador. Points off turnovers, 49 for Argentina, 4 for Ecuador. And that equates to a final score of 100 to Argentina, 44 to Ecuador. Well, that's the end of our second game today, convincingly won by Argentina. So Uruguay and Argentina go 1-0. Uruguay beat Chile in the first game. And the the third and fourth games a little bit later on this evening. Brazil will take on Paraguay and Venezuela will take on Peru. So a reminder that the final score here, Argentina 100, Ecuador 44 from me. Roy Birch, goodbye for now, but don't forget, come back a little later this evening for those 2 remaining games on this first day of the South American Championships.
Así que todos cordialmente invitados a las 7:30 de la noche a la gran inauguración oficial entre Perú y Venezuela en esta 46ª edición Campeonato Sudamericano de Baloncesto 2014 en la isla de Margarita. Le recordamos al respetado público presente su máxima colaboración en su comportamiento y también de cuidado de nuestras instalaciones.